In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the front seats on your Pontiac Grand Prix. In case you need to replace it, let's say the material is damaged, you've got some upgraded seats, you're moving up to newer models ones, whatever the case is, this video will cover everything you need. And this is right now on Nexus Auto. So what do you need to get this job done? Well, nothing more than this right here. A ratchet, an extension would be helpful, although not necessary, and a 15mm socket, and possibly a breaker bar as well, depending on how tight the bolts are. So the first thing I do is you got to pull the supplemental restraint system fuse. So make sure the car is off, your everything is in park, car is completely off, keys completely out, and you're gonna be looking for fuse number 9, which is that one right there, which is that center kind of screw there. It's that one there. So see the nail? I push the button and push that up. I put the nail in. Kind of firmly push on it. And that should lift, you see? Now hold that up, and while you're holding it, maybe put down the nail so you don't stab yourself. Push the other button here, and then just lift it out entirely. Gotta move the seat forward entirely. If it's power seats, just obviously use your power seats, or if it's manual, do manual like mine, and make sure the seat is fully upright. Then you just use your 15mm. Whoops. Oh, that happened. Let's change angle so I can work it a little better there. There you go. And just put that aside. I put it in the front footwell area. I just got to take out the seatbelt itself. Now you'll notice there's a little notch here. That's actually important because that's how it fits back in. So you just be able to pull that right out. So now you got to take out these bolts here. One here. And one that's in there. But I found that even with using my ratchet, you may need either a longer ratchet or a breaker bar. Or in this case, I'm just going to use a metal rod here to kind of crack the bolts. They're on there pretty well, and you can't get as much grip as you'd like. So put that on. If you see what I mean, it's got a kind of a shallow head, so when you got the socket on there, right, it can easily slip off as you're trying to apply pressure. Okay, so that bolt we pulled out together. This one I've done now myself. That's all done, just to show you how easy it is now. Literally one finger, and you can push that right out. So you're just going to pull this plug out here, right, and you're going to pull this one out here. So first you pull out this kind of like blue clip out there. If you also need more room to work with, this clip can actually kind of feed right out by pulling it forward. Move this out of the way. There we go. Well, normally it's supposed to come forward. This one's really on there. There. And you just pull it forward, and then you can see it a lot better. See, it's a metal clip. Alright, so we just go and pull that right out. See how easy it comes out? And then this clip here, use a flathead if you need to. There. Again, being careful, I don't want to damage anything. Steering wheel I'm actually going to lift up just to give myself a little bit extra room with it. I'm going to bring this right around here. Okay, so right now the steering wheel's all the way up. I rock this over here. Just grab it, lift. Now again, because the seats, they do have some weight to it. So when you're lifting it, do make sure that you're careful, you don't scratch anything. Protect your car as you're doing this, right? So we're just going to lift that up. Walk that right in. And once I get that clear, I'm going to lift this back part here around and over, avoiding any of the trim or anything like that. Oh, I see. We're going to rotate that around. Lift and rotate as we go. Don't worry about trying to get it into the anchors or anything. You'll situate that. Right now you want to get in and avoid damaging anything. So see, I lift the seat, walking it forward. There you go. That's it. I drop it down. Okay, and as you know, everything is now pretty much the reverse. So the first thing we're going to do is rehook up all our plugs. Like this. There we go. And then you just take this piece and swing it around through the top. Sorry, 1 second. Just so you see. So I've put it through there. And you push it through, make sure it locks. This one plugs in right here. Like so. The next are these bolts here, and they go up to 31 foot-pounds. I'm only going to do the one, but there's one here, and of course the one there, and I've already put the bolts in. And you always do it by hand first, just to make sure you don't cross thread or anything like that. But I'll only do the one, and I'll do the same thing. I'll do this one right here. And keep in mind, because these are shallow, a little trickier to do. You got to keep applying pressure on it. Okay, that's hand tight there. Now do the same for the other one. And once done, you go and torque them up to the right 31 foot-pounds. And that's about 31 there. Alright, so next up, we just got to put our seat belt on. This is also 31 foot-pounds. So remember when you're putting it on, it twists on. Then our nut goes on here. Then once again, we just tighten it out. And bring your boot right back over. It could be a little bit tricky to kind of get it right over properly. All right. Okay, and now you just got to put your headrest in. And it's all really the same here. You just, you don't have to worry about any pin or anything. You just drop it right in. Also, you got to make sure you put the seat back a bit. If it's sitting forward, there actually won't be necessarily enough room for the headliner. So and other than that, it's the same for the other seat, except there's no power seat on the passenger side. So, you know, they only have the one yellow plug to put in, you know, the two plugs underneath. Only one yellow plug, no power plug under there. But other than that, it's the exact same process on both sides. Other than that, you're done. And don't forget to put your fuse back in, which goes right over here. Right there. In the worst case, if you happen to forget, when you put on the car, you may see an error message. Just remember to put the fuse back in, though. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope this video has helped you out here today. Now let's go through some of the YouTube stuff, shall we? Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video has helped you out. And if you want to see my future videos, I try and put out one at least once a week. Make sure to hit notifications as well, just so you can get those videos. On the flip side to that, if you didn't like the video for whatever reason and you do dislike it, not a problem. Feel free to leave it in the comments of why you disliked it, whether it be something I did wrong, whether it's something you didn't like in the video. By all means, just let me know so I can keep making the best content possible. It's kind of the whole point of it, so make sure to do that. Speaking of the comments, if you have any questions, concerns, anything you want to add on, anything you see you can do better, anything that maybe you add on and it actually is worse, whatever it is, feel free to leave it in the comments. Nothing wrong with that. I always try and answer whenever I can. It may not be the same day, next day, whatever, but I try and answer all comments, so make sure to leave that as well. Once again, I want to thank you very, very much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.